What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another Heroes of Might and Magic Olden Era faction reveal. Today we have Hive, which is essentially Inferno from previous heroes, except take away all the demons and add a hive mind of different creatures that you'll see. But please do not forget to like and subscribe. Check out all of my other Heroes of Might and Magic Olden Era faction reveals. We're going to be doing them all as they come out. And I'm going to go ahead and play this full video, and then we will talk about it afterwards and go over it in slow-mo afterwards. So hopefully you enjoy. Let me hide myself, and I will see you guys in 4.5 minutes. Please don't forget to like and subscribe while you're here. Alright everybody, hopefully you enjoyed the video. We're going to go all the way back and talk about it a little bit. So for those of you that don't know, the reason why it is no longer Inferno and it is this hive, essentially, you know, all these insects and whatnot. We'll try this one. I think we'll probably be okay. Is because based on when Olden era is happening is around the time of, I believe it's before Heroes 3, based on the lore that the devs and everybody's going for and been saying. So Inferno faction has yet to even be created, but they wanted to still keep that type of demonic presence, which these aren't so much demons, but still that, like, you know, Inferno fire type of feel. And I think they did that here. I'm just gonna mute this and talk about it. So lots to see. As every faction reveal has said, these are not all of the heroes that we're going to be seeing. I do like the look of this town from the 3D perspective. I think it's probably the best one we've seen so far. Necropolis and Dungeon seemed pretty, I guess, typical, or a lot less, I don't know, just less thought put into them, if you will, maybe. But again, these are not all of the heroes in the Hive faction itself, nor in the campaigns. These are, I believe, just skirmish heroes that we're seeing, and there's still, again, not even all of them. I think they said there's about like 12 apiece or something. It's a crazy amount just for skirmish itself, let alone there's different ones for the campaigns. But honestly, a lot of those heroes looked pretty cool. I think those are some of the cooler looking heroes for sure. I wasn't a huge fan of the look of the dungeon heroes. They didn't look very like unique or different too much, unlike these guys. Necropolis kind of the same, but they're a little different. I guess they were while they were different, a little bit more of what you would expect Necropolis heroes to look like, if that makes sense, but these ones seem a lot more unique. And then we're seeing here what I believe is going to be a neutral unit, because we've yet to see them revealed, nor a faction which this guy would fit into, which is almost like a multi-armed Yeti kind of look. That's what I'm getting from it. I forget what those guys are naturally called. These are the dragons from Dungeon, so feel free to go check out my Dungeon faction reveal video, so you can see all of those units in that reveal. But I do like the look of all of these Hive Mind guys. I've never been a big fan of Inferno. They're just not really my units. I don't like the whole fire demonic thing, and a lot of their units I'm just not a big fan of. But we are seeing our first quote-unquote siege battle here, which we have yet to see before, so it's really interesting to see that there's still towers on the siege. The back line looks different, so I'm not sure if we can still get that third shooter essentially for the siege, like in Heroes 5, where you had like the third tower that can shoot or not. So I guess we'll see, but at least we know there are two there for us. And we see a little bit of movement. I think it's kind of cool that we're seeing like the snail down here just moving around the environment. And then something else that we have yet to see in previous ones, they started doing this. Obviously, everything in this entire video, but especially this, is subject to change as far as all of the stats for everybody. But I do find it interesting. It's nice to see kind of what we're working with, what we're seeing, what the typical stuff for everybody is. Sorry guys, had to move my cat. She's dragging my mouse. But yeah, I think it's a nice little thing to go off of. Obviously, again, they can all be changed and made different. but we will see. So we're seeing the tier 1 Gnat here. Looks pretty interesting, pretty cool. I'm surprised on their attack, but it's definitely unique for sure. Locust overall to me seems pretty boring. Tier 2 here, just kind of a little relative tier 2 kind of tanky guy. Nothing really going on. Same with the Gnat. Now the Hornet I like. I do like that attack to me is really cool. And I think it looks really cool too. Like it just looks like it hits pretty hard. Now we're seeing the stats here based on that, and you know, maybe not so much, but very cool looking unit there as tier 3. Tier 4 Mantis, which I'm guessing is a little bit more tanky for sure, which again I can say that because I'm seeing some of the stats here. Not that that's exactly what they're going to be when the game comes out, but just saying. Then we got tier 5 Reaver. It looks like, just looking at this dude, he looks crazy. Looks like he's going to be pretty devastating. And like what I'm seeing from attack and damage, that he can definitely do that. Seems like a very seems like the initiative and speed is very high, so he's going to be like a fast heavy hitter. Tier 6 here, the Worms. I think they're going to be pretty fun. They look pretty dope. It's cool to see them, and that is the only ranged attack we have seen for Hive here, not Inferno. The Hive Queen looks crazy good. Very nice tier 7 hefty tank, probably some pretty nice damage there. It looks like she's pretty evened out with like balance of attack and defense. So here we're seeing some abilities that everybody can cast. So defense takes reduced damage until the end of the current round. Doesn't end the turn and is free to use. So something like that can be just constantly spammed basically. Gains extra speed until the end of the current round, doesn't end the turn, and is free to use. So again, it seems like a lot of things in this game you're going to be able to do per round. Which I don't know if I agree with that, just because I feel like why wouldn't you use it if you can just keep hitting the ability? Like why would you not? Unless they're talking about you can only the round is the entire fight. I'm not sure how it's going to be based on, because obviously there's kind of a lineup from what we see. You know, this guy attacks and you can see who to attack next. So I don't know if like it's going to like end the round and start, you know, to who then goes again, and that's what they're talking about, or just the round or fight itself. But they could also be referring to just the specific fights itself that you're gonna be playing, just 1v1 quick battles. Rapid assault. So this is going to be something that you can do that they won't be able to retaliate on, which is pretty cool. So with terrifying laughter, forbidding lower tier enemies from attacking it until the end of the current round. So again, I don't know how long that technically lasts, but either way I think that is something that's going to be pretty good to use. This one does not say that you can that it doesn't end your turn or anything like that, so I guess that is going to be more of a one that you have to use more strategically. And again, this is the same one where you just spin an attack with no retaliation. At the beginning of the battle gains different bonuses for each faction present in an enemy's army. So this is what was said in the Discord. So if you have a Hive Queen and you go and attack an army, and that army has 7 different units on their team, you gain 7 different bonuses because there are 7 different factional units on there. So it basically just depends on how many factions you're fighting at once. So, you know, maybe in the beginning of the game when you got some early dwellings, and somehow you have a Hive Queen already, but, you know, we'll say mid-game, we'll go with that, where you have some dwellings, or, you know, it's not your main hero, it's your other hero that's maybe getting some dwellings, and they have a few different factional units in their army. She's going to gain a bonus for every single different one. So if you got like some, we'll just say cavaliers, and then you got ghosts, and then you got hunters from Sylvan, and then you got minotaurs, like that's 4 bonuses that she's getting for free right there. That's basically how it was explained to us in the Discord. I could be completely wrong for the most part. Those are soul effects. See, I'm not sure what the soul assimilator is. I think that just cast on an enemy reduces, cast on a friendly increases. Okay. Does it in, okay, wait, so what did that other one say? Join the master. Enjoy spoons. Okay. So it seems like some of the, such as hers, kind of a, I don't want to say a caster, but yeah, that little sexiness right there. But yeah, it seems like for the most part, this faction is insanely melee heavy. We only saw 1 unit that had any sort of ranged attack, which was the tier 6 worms, which I'm still guessing you don't have to use them that way, and that's just one of the upgrades. So a little bit of questionable there, I guess, if you're like to get in there and melee attack everybody, then this is going to be the game for you. So again, with the Inferno faction not being a thing anymore, and this kind of taking that role of Inferno, you do have what I would consider is gating, but it is not gating anymore. It is larva that you will spawn on the map, and then it will spawn um, units. Now, I've tried to figure out how it works exactly and haven't really gotten an answer, but from what it's based on is it's kind of like gating from Heroes 5, except there is a larva that can be destroyed. Um, Now, that goes based on some form of health pool and everything that will change based on, you know, other things in the game that we have not learned yet, but overall there is still quote-unquote gating. It is just in a destructible thing now. Now, how you get it on there and everything, again, I'm still not fully sure, so, you know, maybe we'll find out more soon enough, or I missed it in the Discord. Feel free to obviously join their Discord so you can see everything that I see. You could have seen this today when I'm doing it. But hopefully you guys enjoyed the Hive faction reveal. Please do not forget to like and subscribe. Check out my other faction reveals thus far. We're going to be doing all of them as they come out, and the game will be coming out within the next couple of months, hopefully. Supposedly, that's their goal. So be sure to like and subscribe to be here for all of it. And let me know down in the comments what you guys think about this faction reveal. Me personally, I've never been a big Inferno fan, never been a big Insect fan either, so neither one of them works out for me, so I'm probably not going to play too much Hive. Obviously, I'll try them all out just because it's the new Heroes game and I want to see how everybody works and what I like and what does good. But I definitely feel like this faction is going to get in your face and do some nasty work, but we'll see. See you guys in the next one.